Day 8, Loving Your Inner Child, Part 1. Today, you look beyond the adult you, see in the mirror, and meet your inner child. This is a very important day in your mirror work. Take my hand and let's walk over to your mirror. Look deeply into your eyes. Look beyond the adult you see in your mirror and greet your inner child. It doesn't matter how old you are, there is a little child within you who needs love and acceptance. If you are a woman, no matter how self reliant you are, you have a little girl inside who is very tender and needs help. If you're a man, no matter how self confident you are, you have a little boy inside of you who craves warmth and affection. When you look in the mirror, do you see your inner child? Is this child happy? What is this child trying to tell you? Every age you have been is within you, in your consciousness and your memory. As a child, when something went wrong, you tended to believe that there was something wrong with you. Children develop the idea that only if they could do everything right, then their parents would love them and won't punish them. Often, we turn off or tune out around the age of 5. We make that decision because we think there is something wrong with us and we are not going to have anything to do with this child anymore. There is a parent inside of us as well. And for most of us, the inner parent is scolding the inner child almost non-stop. If you listen to your inner dialogue, you can hear the scolding. You can hear the parent tell you what you're doing wrong or that you are not good enough. So, way back in childhood, we began a war with ourselves and started criticizing ourselves the way our parents criticized us. You are stupid, you are not good enough, you don't have anything right. This constant criticism became a habit. Now, as adults, most of us either totally ignore the child within us or belittle the child in the same way we were belittled in the past. We repeat this pattern over and over. Every time you feel scared, realize that it is the child within you who is scared. The adult isn't afraid, yet it has disconnected and isn't there for the child. The adult and the child need to develop a relationship with each other. How you connect with your inner child. The first step is getting to know the child through your mirror work. Who is this child? Why is this child unhappy? What can you do to help this child feel safe and secure and loved? Talk to your inner child about everything you do. I know it may sound silly, but it works. Let your inner child know that no matter what happens, you will never turn away from it or leave it, but will always be there for it and love it. All your inner child really wants is to be noticed, to feel safe, and to be loved. If you can just take a few moments a day to begin to connect with the little person inside of you, life is going to be a lot better. Let's affirm I am willing to love and accept my inner child. Now, what exactly is an inner child? During our upbringing up till today, this moment, there have been so many instances where things did not happen the way we wanted them to happen, for the good as well as for the bad. Now, what happens is, if a thing does not happen the way I want it to happen, there is a slight trauma, which is a discomfort feeling, which is called an inner child. So, inner child is nothing but an instance where what you wanted to happen did not happen. Something else happened, for the good or for the bad. Majority of the cases for the bad. For the good, इतना trauma नहीं create करेगा. Trauma, inner child वाला trauma, bad ही create करेगा. For example, as a child, I wanted to have ice cream. And I said, I want to have ice cream. But I was not given ice cream, and I was told, तेरे को पता नहीं है, ठंड में आइसक्रीम नहीं खाती, गला खराब हो जाएगा तेरा. What I wanted did not happen. My inner child is created. As an adult, how an inner child is created. I am driving and I meet, my car meets with an accident and I get a shock. So next time I'm driving, that inner child, which is probably a week old only, हफ्ते पहले ही हुआ, is scared because he was not expecting that. So during childhood क्या होता है, predominantly inner child इसलिए बोलते हैं because it is mainly in the childhood days, but yeah, it can happen in adults also. But yeah, anything prior to this moment which was not what the way you wanted it to be was an inner child. Now, if one inner child is created during your childhood, उसके ऊपर वो एक memory packet की layering शुरू हो जाती है. अगर same instance दोबारा होता है first layer के ऊपर, second layer के ऊपर, then the layers concept and that belief concept gets started. So inner child के ऊपर भी layers है. That is why it gets so reinforced. As a child, your beliefs, you do not have any beliefs. Everything was fun. But जैसे जैसे वो memory layers आते गए उस trauma पे, उस inner child पे, वो form होता गया. So even when we are working with this mirror work, there are 2 chapters dedicated to your inner childs. Okay, this is part 1. The next followed by tomorrow is part 2. Even in hypnotherapy, inner child work, or working on the inner child or the child trauma is very, very important. Because उस trauma का seed उस childhood वाले बच्चे के अंदर है. और हम as an adult older than that inner child have been planting that seed of that trauma of that inner child till date, if we've not worked on it or if you've not healed that child. So it is very important to comfort that inner child. Now, उस inner child को comfort आज का adult self कर सकता है. If that inner child was scared of something, probably scared of a horror movie, आज का adult child उसको जाके समझाएगा कि नहीं यार, it's okay, these are types of movies, it's okay, they can't do any harm to you. If you as the adult self talk to that inner child who saw a horror movie at the age of say 7 or 8 and still has this thing I can't watch horror movies, and as an adult, if you've made peace and you can watch, you can go and work with that inner child of yours and say it's okay, it's type of a genre of movies, they're scary, it's okay. This adult self can comfort the inner child, or that inner child needs the comfort by the adult self कि हाँ ये adult self तो ठीक है, he's grown up, मैं ऐसे ही उस trauma में. So once you work with the inner child with this mirror work or with hypnotherapy, you're doing nothing but you're trying to comfort that inner child where the initial trauma was created. So जब हम इनर चाइल्ड्स पे काम करते हैं, बिकॉज बहुत होते हैं. I mean, Ruchi will be a better person because, once we learn this concept and then we are working, we are home with the kids, a lot of times तो हम यही सोच रहे थे, ओहो हमने इसका inner child तो नहीं बना दिया होगा, so that concept gets to us that हमने ये पढ़ लिया है तो ये बच्चों के केस में inner child होगा, और फिर दिमाग में था हाँ बहुत ज्यादा बना चुके हैं हम तो अभी, कोई नहीं बाद में ये भी heal कर लेंगे. So yeah, it's there, predominantly there, very important, very, very, very effective, and very, very important to heal all your inner childs. So if this mirror work really helps, but just in case anybody feels that yes, this inner child works needs to be done further, we are most willing to help to work on the inner child therapy. It's a set of therapy that needs to be done to heal all the inner childs, and there are detailed works wherein you work, because see, basically there was a scientist called Milton Erickson. He has classified 8 stages of development. मतलब 0 to 9 months में एक infant होता है, and 9 months to 2 years में. So हर age के there are about 6, 7 या 8 stages of development होते हैं of a human. So there are very dedicated works also on inner child, where you work with a stage for a full month and extensive exercises. Like I remember my personal example when I worked, and there was an inner child which was 3 months old, which was not fed by the mother because my mother thought I was fat. So she reduced my milk and she made me go on a diet. When I worked, it was such a big trauma of nurturance, जिसको फिर मुझे heal करना पड़ा. And yes, it really helped. But can you imagine a trauma being created in a child who's 3 months old? So you really need to do these 2 chapters very, very importantly. And please be very religious in their homeworks for these 2 chapters specifically, because working on your inner child and healing all your inner child is one of the most important things you can do to yourself, and the most important gifts you can give to yourself.
I have a question.
Yeah, Sally.
Like the example you gave, you discovered that with the help of a therapy. So for us, whenever we do this homework, like I know the problems that I'm facing right now, but I genuinely don't remember how the seeds were planted in my brain about that. कि ये चीज कब से शुरू हुई and कैसे शुरू हुई. So
धीरे धीरे कॉन्शियस माइंड में मेमोरीज आएंगी. Then as I said, if it gets cleared here, good enough. Else there is an inner child therapy which we can do to heal that child.
okay.
But yeah, उसके लिए एक initial preset homework type होता है which is somewhat similar to what is there in these 2 chapters. So this is, I would say, like a prerequisite only. So first we need to work on this only.
So Arjun, lot of inner childs though you might not even remember, right? Like you talked about yourself. So that comes through hypnosis. Like, is it?
Whatever is meant for you to heal comes through hypnosis or any healing modalities.
So
इतने inner
depends
child
on.
होंगे वो आएंगे ही नहीं. Those who are meant to heal or those who are creating an issue in your current life, only they will come. So whatever is, as I said, whatever comes in your space comes for a reason. So if you're working on your inner child, those inner childs which are actually creating an issue in your current life at this time are the ones that are going to be surfacing first. But if you work extensively, as I said, 1 month on a stage and everything, उसमें तो बहुत आते हैं and काफी heal होते हैं. That's a very extensive work. But that's like I think weekly class होती है, and one stage is about good 20-25 pages of homework. So very extensive. Your day 8 mirror work exercise. Find a photo of yourself when you were about 5 years old. Tape the photo to your bathroom mirror. Look at the photo for a few minutes. What do you see? Do you see a happy child? A miserable child? Talk to your inner child in the mirror. You can look at the photo or even look into your own eyes, whichever feels more comfortable to you. If you had a nickname as a child, use this name as you speak to your inner child. What works really well is to sit in front of the mirror, because if you're standing, as soon as difficult feelings start to come up, you might be tempted to run out of the door. So sit down, grab a box of tissues, and start talking. Open your heart and share your innermost thoughts. When you are finished, say these affirmations: I love you, dear one. I am here for you. You are safe. The power is within you. Your day 8 journaling exercises. For this exercise, you will need crayons, color pencils, or color felt tip pens. Using your non dominant hand, the one you don't write with, draw a picture of yourself as a child. Be creative. Tape the drawing to your bathroom mirror. Look at the picture and begin talking to your inner child. Ask your child the following questions and write down the answers in your journal. What do you like? What do you dislike? What frightens you? What do you need? What can I do to make you happy? Close your eyes and take a few minutes to reflect on what you learned about your inner child. Your heart thought for day 8: I embrace my inner child with love. Take care of your inner child. It is the child who is frightened. It is the child who is hurting. It is the child who does not know what to do. Be there for your child. Embrace it and love it and do whatever you can to take care of its needs. Be sure to let your child know that no matter what happens, you will always be there for it. You will never turn away or desert it. You will always love this child. Your day 8 meditation, let go and relax. Day 8 of the audio download. Take a nice deep breath and close your eyes. Take another deep breath and allow your body to completely relax. Let your attention move to your toes and allow them to go completely limp. Now, relax your insteps, your heels, and your ankles. Let your feet become heavy. Allow this relaxation to move up your calves into your knees. Continue to move this warmth and relaxation into your thighs, feeling them become heavier. Now let your hips and your buttocks relax. Allow your waistline to release and then feel the peacefulness move up into your chest, expanding through your collarbone into your shoulders. Allow your upper arms to let go. Let your elbows relax. Let your lower arms, wrists, and hands relax. Let the last of your tension move out through your fingertips. Let your neck relax, and then your jaw, your cheeks, and all the muscles around your eyes. Let your forehead and scalp relax. Let go, let go, let go, relax.